since I caught you on that ice. You like no shit, no more.
What's good, y'all? We're back with another video, and today we're gonna be doing a story time of how I got kicked out. So, I'm gonna start the story like this. I came to know my dad when I was 8, and when I got to when I like met him, or I was around him when I was young, but you gotta figure I'm a baby. I don't remember none of that. So I wanna say from my earliest memories, I was with my grandma and my mom. So my grandma. So when I met him, he had a girlfriend, which is his wife now, but that was his girlfriend, and they had my little brother. Mind you, I'm not crying, y'all. I'm just itchy. But mind you, at the time, I was just getting to know them. So it started with me going over there for a few weekends, and then I went over there for the summer. And when I went over there for the summer, it was pretty chill. I noticed he was really strict, but he was ghetto. And I don't mean that in a bad way because, like I said, I was raised by my grandmother most of the time, and you gotta figure she's older, so a lot of the stuff that he was letting go, she would never let it fly. Like drinking juice out the bottle, like saying the N word. She was not, you feel me? She was not letting that slide. So I couldn't, you feel me? That wasn't happening. The camera quality is terrible, but I'm gonna get a new camera hopefully in a couple of days, y'all. So mind that. But she wasn't letting that slide. So over there it was kind of different. Fast forward, I want to say when I went to third grade, I came to live with my dad, and after a couple months, it was evident that my stepmom's children, and me and my sisters were treated differently, and I noticed it right away, and my sisters noticed it too, and our mothers noticed it. Everybody noticed it, and my dad just kind of like turned a blind eye to it. So, um, uh, now that's a little backstory, and so mind you, we're all being treated differently. Last year in 2024, my dad went to jail to serve his 7-year sentence. That was in February, and I had got suspended a couple weeks after that for fighting this girl, and I was suspended from February to May something, and I had fought this girl, so I wasn't suspended. I was formal, which is like a short expulsion. I just did online school, so that happened, and it was kind of, I can't explain it, kind of weird not having my dad around, but like I said, he was strict, so it was a relief, but it was still kind of sad. I can't explain it, but okay, so mind you, I'm suspended, and then a couple months after that, she said, "Oh, Mammon and CJ don't have a choice." She claimed that CJ was too young. He's 12 or 11. He's 12 or 11. Second, Rivera's my age. Those are her kids. Those are her biological kids. Me and CJ share a dad, but me and the other one share no family. But those are her kids. They came out of her. So, boom. That happened, and it was kind of, how do I explain it? It was kind of weird. Like, I didn't know. I just chalked it up to being stressed, and her being stressed, and a couple, like, it kept continuing over and over again. They would go see my dad, and I would clean the house. Not saying I wouldn't see my dad too, because I would, but I would clean the whole house top to bottom all the time, and she would still complain about me not doing anything, and that lasted months. So I want to say a couple or a week prior to this, like me being actually kicked out and me leaving home, um I she claimed that it was because Rivera wasn't home to have to do chores. So I tested it, and I went the whole week. I had summer school, so I was going from like 8 to like 7, and she knew I was out with my friends. So I was out from then, because it's like, okay, if he doesn't have to do chores because he's not home, why do I have to do chores because I'm not home? You know? So I tried to make it like fair to see if like that was really the issue. So then I was still getting yelled at for it, even though my chores were clean. Like, they weren't spotless all the time, but they were being clean. And I want to say July 29th or 27th, or it was between the 20s, like the end of July. Um, we had gotten, and she had woke up in the morning, loud as ever. She woke up in the morning. She started yelling, telling everybody that the house is never clean. Mainly focusing on me though. She started yelling because the dog cages wasn't clean. Mind you, we had a lot of dogs in the house, and you leave the bowl in there overnight, they're gonna use the bathroom in there because they're not being taken out. Mind you, my job wasn't to take the bowls out. My job was to just feed them and take them out. That was my job. My brother, since he's still little, he can't handle all the dogs. He just had to take the bowls out the cage. So I'm like thinking like, why do I have to do this? If anything, he should help because it was a big mess, and because he left the bowls in the cage. So I didn't say anything, but she just kept going on and on. So then I go in my room for like I'm in there for like 10 minutes. I'm scrolling on my phone because I'm not even listening because it's like at this point you just keep yelling and you're yelling at no like okay. So boom, she tried to say she was yelling at all of us, but it was mainly directed towards me. But she was saying you could hear it. So boom, um, we had she came in my room after, scrolling on my phone. That was 10 minutes. I'm scrolling on my phone. She came in my room. She like, oh, you gonna clean this up? Y'all, I kid you not. The day prior, I had cleaned my room spotless. It was a piece of paper. I promise, I could put this on anything y'all want me to. God can strike me down right now. There was a piece of paper, no bigger than my phone. It was shaped just like my phone, maybe a little smaller, on the floor, and like that was all. You feel me? Um, And she started yelling, and I'm like, it's a piece of paper. And I'm like, you're mad 'cause a piece of paper on the floor. I'm like, the boys' rooms aren't clean at all. So then we start going back and forth. And I'm like, I see why Mia and Myra left. No, before that, um, oh, also another backstory. My sisters had left months prior. They had walked out and ran away because how they were being treated, like the favoritism. Okay, back to that part. So, boom, that happened. And we start going back and forth. So then she gets on the big ass speaker and on the microphone and just start going in on me. How I'm never doing nothing around. I'm selfish. If anything, bro, if y'all really know me, I'm not selfish. Like, I want everybody to win. Like, I always make sure all my peoples is okay. That's just me. I could be on my last $2. Mind you, the other day I was on my last $2 and I gave it to somebody. Like, I'm not like anybody I know I'm not selfish. So boom, that happened. And she started going back and forth from me. So I'm like, I see why me and Mary left. She was like, you can go with him. Get out, get out, get out. I'm like, all right. So like, I'm like, am I really gonna leave though? That was the thing. That was like the main thing in my head. Like, are you really gonna leave? Like, you really gonna go? So then I'm like, shit, all right. I went in the basement. My plan was to just go to a friend's house for a couple days, and chill. But I went in the basement. I grabbed me like some shorts and shit because it's hot. It was hot as hell. It was like high in the 90s last summer, and it's usually in the 80s to 70s, but it was high in the 90s last summer. And um, I'm get my clothes, I put them in the bag. So now, mind you, during the whole altercation while she's yelling at me and we going back and forth, I called my friend Chanel so she can know. Chanel was the girl that's in the last blind date video I did, just to let y'all know. But boom, she had called me. I know I had called her so she could hear it. So boom, I told her, cause her mom is kind of strict too, so I wasn't gonna go over there at first, you know. So I get my stuff. Mind you, I have got a bus card that was for the whole summer, so I figured, I had travel. That wasn't the problem. So I'm on the phone with my friend Samira at this point, and I'm like, yo, she kicked me out. I was like, can I come over? Can I come with you? She was like, of course, cause my friends, they gonna always come through, especially at like in my time of need. So I went over there. So I jumped out the window because during all the shots, give me that phone. I put $200 down for that phone. You're not getting my phone. I don't care. So she she left, and no, she mind you, she went in the front room now. She's done talking. I jump out the window, and mind you, the window wasn't high, right? It was like 2, 3 feet. So I jump, right? My ankle get that weird feeling. I'm like, shit. I'm like, should I still go? So I creep over it. Mind you, we have a camera, but it's like by the time she gets to the camera, I'm gone. So I go, I open the gate slow, and I just go and I start walking fast down the street. And now I'm going to like the bus, which is the 23, that would take me right to my friend's house or right to the bus I need to get to my friend's house. So I go down there because I'm like, I have to hurry up and get on this bus. I have to hurry up and get on this bus because the bus stop was around the corner. She could have easily hopped in the car and came in looking for me. So I'm like, I, boom, I got in the car. That was it. Um, got in the car. Uh, I was or not in the car. I got in the bus, and it's two buses, so I had to wait for the second bus. Mind you, I'm already along. I'm on the west side now. I'm far away from home. So then I get on the bus. I go with my friends, and we're walking. We get to the 7-Eleven. I noticed that my phone was said it was reported stolen, which was I didn't care because obviously if an iPhone is reported stolen, you can get back into it with the password and your iCloud password. She didn't know. I'm guessing she didn't know that. And I go, I go to I get back into my phone. And my friend's boyfriend at the time showed me how to get back into my phone and shit. So I get back into my phone, and I'm still doing me. So now it's getting late. We go to the pool, and it's getting later and later in the day. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta figure out what the fuck where I'm gonna be for the day. What am I gonna do? So I go to my friend Chanel house. Shout out to Chanel. She was in the last blind date video. She is really one of my biggest supporters. She's one of my closest friends. And I went over there for a couple days. We explained to her mom the situation. And I guess I had, mind you, I had a job at the time. So I was going to work every day and stuff. So I wasn't home during the day. I was home at night. And after work, I would just go to Chanel's job and wait her mom to come pick us up. And then I go to her house. So then a couple of days later, I get a message from my aunt, which is who I live with now. She was like, I want to talk to you. Like, what's wrong? Like, what happened? Like, I want to know. And I knew from because previous years, I've always, mine's one of them chill aunts. Like, she understands. Like, she actually listens to what I got to say. She's not going to judge me right off the bat. Like, she listened. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, so she pulls up or whatever. And we're talking, and I explained to her what happened, and she understood it. And I feel like at the time she was really thinking about, she was like, probably I just want to do whatever I want, kind of. But it really wasn't that. It was just how I'm being treated compared to everybody else. And so I go, it was really like some Cinderella shit. Like, so to, I go with her, get my clothes, I go with her. She said, I can call you out of work. Oh my God, she calls me out of work. The next day, she calls me out of work too. Because she could see, like, she was like, I don't like how you look. Not in a bad way, but she was like, you look like you're going through it right now. Like, I could tell, like, because that was just, I don't know. My bad, y'all. But, like, it was real emotional. Like, I was really just going through it, bro. I really didn't, like, in that whole week, bro, I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know how I was going to keep my job. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That shit kind of, it hurt it, but it was worth it. So then I go with her, and I meet my cousins. That was a long story, but a couple weeks later, leading up to my birthday, she comes to my job and takes the phone because she kept coming to my job and she was gonna eventually get me fired, which she eventually did get me fired because she kept calling my job and doing all types of stuff, saying I was stealing stuff. Like she was doing a lot, and so she came. She got the phone, but I didn't care. That's why I have an Android, y'all, because I had to buy me a phone and scrape up to get this phone because she took that phone and I put money down for it, and that was most of my money. So I had to, do all of that. A couple weeks later, I ordered. It's getting closer to back to school, so I ordered me a package, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I ordered a package, and I go with my friends. I have Zay. Zay not my friend no more. She's fake. She weird. But it was Zay. It was Sierra, and it was Chanel. Free Sierra, y'all. Free Sierra. So, uh, I go. Uh, we go. So I'm like, can y'all just peek in there and see if my package is in there? Cause usually we put them in the front hallway. So I'm like, can you just see? Cause you can see out the window. They came back around the corner. They no packages. So I'm standing there and I'm kind of mad because that was all my money I had for school clothes, and I can't even get that back, and it really hurt it because I was down bad. Like I needed that for school, and that was just a whole situation on its own. So then, I see the red car coming around the corner, and I see the red car, and it's coming around the corner. So I'm knowing it's hers. It's coming around the corner. She get out the car, start calling this pussies. down there and start cursing at us. Mind you, my friend's like, bro, like I'm finna smack her. I'm like, yo, just chill. Like, don't even say anything. I'm like, okay, whatever she's screaming at me, I kid you not. All I'm saying is okay, okay. She got out the car. My stepbrother texts my friend Chanel and is like, oh, she gone. I can see the package there, right? And I'm thinking like, he on some real shit. He can actually see. This nigga, nah. We get to so we walking. We get to the corner. Or no, I'm lying. We walk in and then we ends up going back. So we at the corner of the street where the corner store is. It's like a 5 minute walk down there, but I can still see the house and where they at. Why is my stepmom and him outside? So he tried to set me up, to get me there. You feel me? So we take a lift back to my friend's house. My friend yells, "Have a good day." She calling us pussies all the time. So she follows our lift, gets to my friend's house. Long story short, she made her son hold me down and pepper spray me. And it wasn't regular pepper spray, it was bear mace. So my back, my eyes, my face, everything burned. And I went in the house, I'm having a panic attack and trying to take all my clothes off. It was just so like I just could not, like, I don't know. So boom, that happens. They call my aunt, my other aunt, Mika, and my aunt Sierra, they come. Sierra's not my friend Sierra. They're both different. But my aunt Sierra came and boom, that happened. And my aunt Mika, everybody's in there crying because like everybody was crying, y'all, because they all know like I don't know. I think to them they was thinking like she like he really don't do nothing wrong. Like why is this happening to him? Like he don't like he don't do nothing wrong. Like you feel me? They thinking like they crying. So I'm like y'all, I'm really a clown. Like I was trying to make jokes and stuff. Y'all, I'm crying because this was so recent. Like for real, for real. So like I'm crying. I'm like, y'all just seeing me naked and shit. Like, and they start busting out laughing. Everybody start wiping their tears. And I'm just making jokes. And my aunt's crying so hard because she's so mad that this happened to me. Mind you, my stepmom didn't know I was with my aunt. She didn't know I was with my aunt. Nobody knew I was with my aunt yet. So, because I wanted to keep it a secret, I didn't want to tell anybody yet because I didn't want to get taken from my aunt. I was actually happy and stable with my aunt, like, you know. And that happened. And a couple weeks later, my birthday came, and my aunt threw me the best birthday ever, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. She threw me the best birthday ever. Like, it wasn't nothing big. We had a cookout, but it was fun. Like, considering like all the stuff I've been through, like, you feel me? Through them 2 months, bro. All that happened in the span of 2 months. Not even 2 months for it happened in a month because, like I said, it was at the end of July. So from the end of July to August, the end of August, all that happened. So, yeah, and that's the story. And I live with my aunt, very happy in a stable home. Um, she treated me with respect. She let me do me. She let me rock out. You feel me? She let me be me. Cause my my house, I wasn't even allowed to dress how I wanted to. I wasn't allowed to be myself at all. But yeah, I'm crying and shit. That shit. That shit was kind of. I'm sorry, I'm in the dark, y'all. It's cause I got my LED lights on, and I'm really just kind of. I don't know. I'm high, and I decided to make this video because why not? But yeah, that's the story. And to this day, she won't let me get any of my stuff from her house, even the stuff that I purchased with my own money. She still favors her kids over me and my sisters. And yeah, that's just how it is. And I'm okay with that, I guess. It still hurt because my dad at the end of this took her side, you know? So that did kind of hurt, especially since he took her side. Like, out of everybody, you're not even listening to your daughters. Like, we've been telling you this for years, and he still took her side. Like, he liked to say he did, but it was evident that he did. But yeah, that's what happened. And shit, that's just it. Like, it hurted at the end, but it made me stronger, you know? It made me to the person I am today. And I definitely am happy that my aunt let me be myself. And she let me do what I want to do. She makes sure I'm good at all times. Actually, her boyfriend took me to get my first haircut, and I don't think I understand. That made me feel so happy. Like I was just so that shit. But I'm happy now, y'all. The story got a good ending. I'm in a good house. I'm stable. I'm able to dress how I want to dress. Even though I'm still emotional about it, I'm able to dress how I want to dress. I still have all my friends, and I'm in a stable relationship with my girlfriend. Like, my life is really going good. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this video. Go like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all.